Hey, welcome to my channel. And in today's video, we will be learning about Kaizen costing. And in this video, we will be talking about meaning, process, types, advantages, and drawbacks of Kaizen costing. So let's begin with firstly, what do you understand by the term Kaizen costing? This has been derived from the two words that is Kai. Kai means change and Zen means good, right? So, Kaizen is basically a Japanese word that means change for the better or continuous improvement. So, this concept was conceptualized in World War II and this was developed by Meikei Imai, who was a Japanese researcher and a management consultant. Kaizen technique was firstly adopted by Toyota in 1950s. So I hope you guys have understood the meaning of Kaizen. Okay, so Kaizen means to improve continuously. So let's move further. What does you understand by Kaizen costing? We have already understood about Kaizen. Now we are going to understand the meaning of Kaizen costing. This is from two words Kaizen and costing. As you know, Kaizen means continuous improvement and costing means we try to reduce our cost via continuous improvement. So this is the meaning of Kaizen costing, right? So over here, what do we try to do? We try to achieve the desired cost level by changing our manufacturing cost, and in a systematic way the efforts are being made to reduce the overall cost of production, right? I hope you guys have understood till here. So going further, so here is the Kaizen costing. So over here, how can we apply Kaizen costing in supply chain? What do I do? We see how I procure my inventory. Okay, procurement of my inventory, storage of my inventory. So all these comes under the supply chain. I try to reduce my procurement cost, my handling cost, my storage cost of raw material. Then comes my legal cost, right? In legal cost, what all cost can be there? Cost of consultancy, okay, cost paid to lawyers for legal charges, so on and so forth. Then another aspect is manufacturing cost. So in manufacturing cost, what do I do? I take into consideration my labor cost, okay, product cost, material cost, right? I try to reduce all such things under the manufacturing cost. And then comes the product disposal. That means how am I selling the product? Wastages, we try to reduce the wastages. In recruitment, I have to select the right person on the right job, right person for the right job. Over here I have to do, so I try to reduce by hiring the skilled people in my workforce. Then comes the marketing and sales. How will I distribute my product? The cost that will be incurred in promotions, advertisements, and so on and so forth. Last but not the least comes your product redesign. What is product redesign is I spend certain cost, or any company spends certain number of cost on say research and development, right? Because to sustain in the market, you should know the latest trends, the customer satisfaction you should know, and for that you need to do research and development. For that you need to hire experts, and all such things require cost. So in Kaizen costing, we try to reduce all such aspects of cost, right? I hope you've understood, and in case of any doubts, please comment in the comment section. Okay, then we have is a type of Kaizen costing. There are broadly two types of Kaizen costing. One is the asset based and one is the product based. In asset based, we try to reduce the cost of assets and cost of manufacturing. So this is a wider one. Okay, whereas in the product, we focus only on one product, a specific one. So that is why it is a narrower concept. Okay, now here it is, we have 5S in Kaizen costing. One is sort, straighten, shine, standardize, and sustain. Simultaneously, we have these names in Japanese language as well, right? We are going to study these one by one. Firstly, come is a sort. In sort, what do? We make categories on the basis of the necessity of the products. We have various products in the company. So what do? We try to categorize them. And then what do? We mark red label to the unnecessary items. Whatever the unnecessary items are there in the company, we label them red and we try to sell them as a scrap or to the staff. Okay. So once this is done, we move to the next level, that is straighten. Over here, what do? We have now only essential items because we've already sold the unnecessary items over here in sort. So now we have only the essential items. What do over here is we try to arrange them in an order, in a specific way, right? To improve the viability, visibility, availability and accessibility of all the tools and items that are there in the organization. Okay, after the straighten, what do? We have shine. Shine simply means cleanliness and maintaining good positive environment for the employees in an organization, right? After shine, we have standardization. So what does standardization do? The next step is to establish standards for cleanliness, usability and maintaining the placement of items for day-to-day uses in the business. Fine. And last step is to sustain. In sustain, what do? We communicate and educate the employees about various changes made in the organization, and we also try to develop a sense of self-control and discipline among them to follow these set standards. Right? I hope you've understood till here. Next comes the Kaizen costing process. Over here, what do? We firstly involve our employees. We invite our employees for the feedbacks. Various feedbacks can be taken from the employees, and then we try to find out various problems in different departments. We've called the employees from different departments and then we try to find out the problems. And then the next step is to think and find the solution. So what do? How can we think? We can do the brainstorming on certain aspects, right? And then we implement whatever the solutions we have found, we implement over here, and then we check, right? And then we try to standardize it. That means this solution will be permanent. Making it permanent means to standardize it, and if we find it, yes, this can be implemented properly, the cost has reduced, then we repeat the same process. Okay. So now we have understood the meaning of Kaizen costing. We've seen the process. Okay. So there are number of advantages of Kaizen costing. First is the customer satisfaction. Obviously, my cost will be reduced. Okay. Overall cost, when it is reduced, the prices will come down of the product and the customers will have the same product at the lesser price. Next comes the forming of teams. Over here, what do? I told you that we invite employees from different departments. So this is forming the work teams. Kaizen itself means continuous improvement in the processes so as to reduce the cost, right? It creates a better work environment, solves problem, promotes cross-functional teams. How? I invite employees from different departments. They come together, they do the brainstorming and try to find out the solution to the various problems, right? Kaizen costing can be used in all kind of organizations, say services organization or manufacturing, so that is widely accepted and it reduces the wastages as well. However, this technique has some drawbacks. Drawbacks in terms of that lower level of management can be burdened at some time, right? Lack of training. So whenever we try to reduce cost, what do? We train our employees. We train our employees or laborers how to reduce the cost. For that training, there is a cost. Okay, so cost is being added in the training part. And last but not the least is the permanent change system. So this is the permanent change system. There cannot be reversed. Once you have taken the Kaizen costing method, that cannot be reversed very easily, because a huge amount is being invested in that in term of time and money, right? So that is it, guys. I hope you've understood this concept. And in case of any doubt or queries, you can comment me in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day.